I be tired of my own self yearning, y'all. Literally tired of my own. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, y'all. Let me see it's like I'm leaning sideways. So yesterday when somebody whew, somebody asked me some questions yesterday. So I decided to commit to answering the questions on today, which was actually only one question because the other one I had already said that I was not going to answer. But first, I want to say happy month. Today's Wait a minute. Today is Wednesday. That's crazy. How did I skip? I skipped the whole 2 days. I'm about to say happy Monday. Listen, happy Wednesday. Today is March the 1st. Today is the first of the month. I remember when I was younger. Well, I remember when I was younger, I used to call myself trying to steal drugs. The first of the month was one of the happiest times of the month because everybody got their first of the month checks. So that was a fun time. But as I got older, the first of the month became the day when you write out your goals for the month. It's the day that you try to figure out your life, like what I did wrong last month that I want to do better this month. So that's what I've been doing a lot of this morning, self-reflecting. Last month was so bad for me, but thank God that I'm always overdoing my part when it comes to everything that I do. So I'm not off track with my writing. I'm not off track with my publishing company. I'm not off track with my nonprofit and the things that I have set up to do. So I'm not off track when it comes to those things, but I am off track mentally. So this month is going to be really, 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 really interesting for me. So first thing first, thank y'all for being a part of my channel. I know I'm not consistent enough here, and my goal is to be more consistent. So in my time in praying this month, I'm praying. I supposed to pray every day. I used to at some point, but I got off track. But my goal this month is to pray every day. I have two different people I'm gonna be praying with every day. Plus, I'm gonna be praying by myself for my own personal goals that I want to be more consistent on my channel. And the reason why I don't post all the time because I be feel like I don't got nothing to talk about all the time, right? And I have to be spirit led to do it. I can't just do it, just wake up like, oh, I'm about to go live or I'm about to make a video. I can't do that. I have to have something to talk about, something pressing, something meaningful. Maybe y'all can drop some questions that y'all will want me to answer. I don't know, but I don't like to just talk just to be talking and get on nobody's nerves. So I'm here today because somebody asked a question. So the first thing was she asked me why I have never went live and shared how I got HIV. Y'all know I'm always journaling, right? Um, I actually have went live and told how I got HIV. The person that asked the question, maybe she haven't been a follower for a very long time, but I have a few videos where I explain how I contracted HIV. So I'm going to share it right now again. Um, I've been HIV positive for 18 years now. I was diagnosed when I was 8 months, 8-ish, 9-ish months pregnant with my daughter that's now 18. My partner, he was diagnosed. He was diagnosed first, and he was diagnosed with AIDS first. And with me being pregnant, sitting on the side of him when they gave him the information, I was told to go and get tested. I went and got tested, and I was diagnosed with HIV while I was pregnant. With me being pregnant, they told me that I had to take what's called AZT so that the AZT can flush everything out of me and the baby. Something like that. I can't even remember. It's been so long. I don't even think they use AZT anymore. That's something for me to research today, just for my mental and for my education wise, so I can know if they still use that for women when they get pregnant. Because I don't know, and I'm not having no more kids, so I would not be researching this to figure out for myself. I would just be figuring out so that when I explain the story again, I can know exactly what AZT is for and what is it doing now. Because a lot of these different medicines, they be doing one thing at one time, and then 5 years later, hey baby, they doing something else. But I know for a fact I had to take AZT for the remaining of my pregnancy, and then my daughter, she actually had to take AZT as well, so that she would not get HIV. It was supposed to, it did flush everything out of her system, because you know everything that's in the mom goes in the baby. So they flushed. I'm gonna say flushed everything out of my baby. And listen, my daughter's 18. She's perfectly fine. She's not HIV positive. She got one round of testing when she was born. Immediately after she was born, I ain't hold her. They took her away and gave her her test. It was negative. 3 months after birth, she got a test. It was negative, and then 6 months afterwards, she got her last test, and that's it for her. I had another baby 3 years later, which she's 15 now. She'll be 16 this year. She's HIV negative, and I think 5 years later, I can't count. Years later, I had another son. My son is HIV negative too. So I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, well, a soon to be 16-year-old, and a 10-year-old. All that I have had while I have been HIV positive. My son is 24. I already had him. I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna tell the story of me and my son's relationship. It's really, really cute. He always known I had HIV. Even before I told him I was HIV positive at 7, he already known. He has been my little protector. Yes, he's still my little protector now. So that's how I contracted HIV. But I have a lot of other things that I want to discuss too, because, especially because I'm in my feelings. I think I do the most talking when I'm in my feelings, and I do more writing when I'm want to express myself. But HIV lies that we tell ourselves. Well, for me, I'm gonna share some stuff with y'all, a confession that I don't think I ever said publicly before. Um, I talk around the topic, but with my alone time, when I'm with myself, I struggle with this. And it's a trick of the enemy, and it's a lie. It's literally a lie. But that's why I say you have to work on your mental health so much that you don't you don't let yourself affect yourself, right? Because a lot of things that we go through is in our thinking. Thinking become things. Thinking become things like suicidal thoughts, lack of sleep, and all these other things. High blood pressure, stress. It comes from your thoughts. So we got to really read, as in me too. We have to really, really buckle down on our thoughts, because our thoughts will take us to a place that we don't need to be. So I have a fear that no one will, and that's just another reason why I'm going to write this book too, because I be lying to my own self. I don't need nobody lie to me. I lie to myself. And this is a bold-faced lie, y'all. I literally was just sitting here a little while ago and was like, why do I say that? It's a lie. It's literally a lie. Why do I say it to myself? I don't say it out loud. For the truth today, I actually just said it to my friend. I have a fear that no one will accept me being HIV positive and love me um, publicly, right? No one will openly love me. And I don't mean public like go on social media and say, I love Shatrivia. She is the best thing since baked bread. She's an amazing woman. I want her to be my wife. And nah, I ain't talking about like that. I'm talking about publicly take me home to their mother and say, Shatrivia is amazing. She's a woman that has HIV, but I love her. She's absolutely amazing. I can't do life without her. Take me to their children. Take me to their job. Take me to them. Take me to my kids and say, listen, I love your mother. She's absolutely adorable. That's a fear of mine. I'm not scared about having sex, baby, because I can do that when I want to. With positive men or men that's not positive, period. I don't have a problem with having sex. And these are the things I'm telling myself, because I'm going to tell y'all what the truth is in a second. I don't have a problem with having sex. I can do it 18 times a month if I felt like it. And if I felt like it doing it with two people that was HIV negative, I could do that. And I'm not boasting about it. I'm just saying the facts of the matter. But who done wife me up and said, oh, shouty decent. She's absolutely, nah, it has not happened. And not that it's important. If it happened, it happened. If it don't, I ain't gonna die. I know how to be alone. I have learned how to be alone. I love myself enough to wait on the proper marriage that God has for me. And that's the thing that a lot of us don't do. We be desiring marriage so much, and we fall in love with somebody and we just get married because we love each other. And that's not the life that I want for myself. So I can be alone, but I desire marriage. I am a wife. I desire someone to love me openly in front of God and say, God, you created shouting. You created her for me. I don't want to do life without her. Show me how to be better for me so that I can serve you, God, so that I can be a good man to her. You see what I'm saying? It all starts with God, right? This man has to be a man of God. I know that for a fact. But I'm seeing all this. It's a lie. I be telling myself in my fear of just being dying alone and not having companionship is a difference. I guess it's really not a difference because a lot of people can't be alone and they be in relationships because they don't want to be alone, right? And I did just say that dying alone and without companionship, right? But I can do life. I could do life without either way, right? But I desire companionship. I desire somebody to sit and watch TV with, to go to the movies with, to pray with, to read the Bible, study the Bible, dig in that thing, to share my food with, share my soul with, my spirit. I want to share it with someone. I do not desire to be alone. If I have to, I would chop it up and say, God, okay, this is what you want from me. I'll be cool with it. And I'll just watch TV by myself. But because that has not happened for me yet, in secret, I fear it and it bothers me. And I get angry at times about it. And I'm going to tell you how sad it is because I actually met a man a few years ago that took me to his family's house and told all his people, look at her on YouTube. She's amazing. I think I did a video about it a while ago. I'm going to write a book. I'm putting in a book. Shatriva is absolutely amazing. Look at her channel. She's an influencer. She's great. He was basically telling them that I was HIV positive. And me being within my own madness within myself, I could not even recognize that that man liked me at that because I know he couldn't have loved me. I don't know, but I'm just saying. This man liked me enough to take me to his family house and say, "Look at her channel." It was over 30 people in the backyard, so anybody could have went on which they did. Went on my channel, figured out I was HIV positive, and had a bunch of questions. He liked me that much that he did that. So we know that it can happen for me. It has happened where someone took me to their family and said, "This is the girl. She here. We together." Not if we're in relationship or not. He liked me enough to do that. So I know that it's possible. But the lies that I tell myself about my HIV status is ludicrous. But these are things that we need to address and we need to talk about them openly so that we can tell ourselves out loud that is a lie, that is a trick of the enemy. It's not the truth. It's not. I met this other guy that we didn't even, I ain't even gonna say we was dating, we was just talking. He was willing to date me publicly. But I was not ready and I didn't want to hurt him, so I wouldn't. It can happen. It has happened before. I knew it could happen. But the lies that I tell myself within myself, it is I'm hurting myself. And these are the same lies that sometimes we tell ourselves with other things in regards to HIV. When you don't say things out loud and you do not bring them to the surface, you're not identifying areas where you need help in. And today, talking to my friend, I actually cried to her. And I just told her one of my truths that I don't tell nobody. But it's a lie that I tell myself. It's not even truth. Y'all, do this make sense? I hope it makes sense. Fear is a trigger to enemy. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. I'm saying all this to say that one day God will send me someone that loves me like Christ loves the church and love on me publicly, secretly, whatever. And this, I shouldn't even be having this type of conversation because what difference does it make, right? But it's a fear, and it needs to be addressed. So a lot of times, we hold on to these things because we don't want to face them. We don't want to face its reality. And sometimes Satan just tricks us up with them, and it causes us to lack in other areas. So praise be to God. Today, I share my secret that I don't really share much. I guess we'll call today confessions. Confessions 101. I expressed one of my deepest, darkest fears that's actually a lie that I tell myself to protect myself from maybe being hurt. Who's to say? But now that I know that this is going on, now moving forward, I can help myself with it. I wasn't able to help myself with it before. And what else did I want to talk about today? I think that was it. That the lies that I tell, confessions. That's pretty much it, y'all. That's all I got for y'all today. I hope this has helped somebody with their HIV fears. HIV fears. If you watching this video, if you come across this video and you make it to this, I'm probably on 10 minutes now. If you make it to this part of the fear part of this video, and you have a question for me in regards to fear in other areas about me living with HIV, please drop it in the comments. I would love to know